Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Witcher, Sirens of the Deep, and this is a new anime film out on Netflix based off of the series The Witcher, where Geralt is a monster hunter, and here he's brought in to navigate this conflict between these people, creatures of the sea, and this kingdom on land. And this particular film is directed by Kang Hai-chul, and it definitely has this anime feel. It's animated in that particular way, in this Japanese style, and I think it works well for this story. I think the animation looks good, and probably the biggest takeaway from this is the action. You're getting into wanting to watch The Witcher because you want to see him taking down crazy creatures and stuff like that. And there's plenty of sequences in this film where he does that. And it's entertaining in that way. I think Geralt, who's voiced by Doug Cockle, he has that deep, gruff kind of Geralt voice. He has that attitude. It's really well done in that way. Him and his bard have a fun dynamic as always, and they're the ones that you're most invested in the film. Now, I'm not going to 100% say you're going to deeply get involved in this conflict that's going on between these humans and these sea people and really feel for everything that's going on. You do feel some sympathy for those sea people because this is very much like the people on land are like, they're disgusting monsters and they're destroying our kingdom or whatever the hell. And this is that kind of story that you see the beats coming, and we all know how this ends. People are being bad in the first place, and those elements feel very cliche and obvious for sure throughout this film, and there's some twists and turns narratively along the way in terms of what the big real conflict is going to be in the end. And the conflict itself is a fun payoff because you get these big action sequences, especially on the sea, and they're exciting, they're adventurous, that action is exciting to watch. Like I mentioned, that's like the real bread and butter of this story. And then you have a few of the threads with like Yennefer and Essie thrown in there with Geralt, and they just feel kind of like tacked on and trying to keep like, hey, remember, there's these other people in Geralt's life too. And overall, I feel like this is a very fine, passable addition into the Witcher canon where it's like, sure, we get the general idea of the setup. The themes are very obvious, but it does open the door for some exciting action, and Geralt, as always, is the best part of these Witcher stories, and we love seeing him get to do his Witcher kind of things, and I feel like in this movie they lean into that more than some of the series does in terms of actually seeing him being like this monster hunting badass, and that's what you get out of this. And that's enough to make this an enjoyable 90-minute watch. Honestly, this just kind of feels like a Monster of the Week kind of episode that's a little bit longer, and you get some of those basic things that you want out of the story. But those are my thoughts on The Witcher, Sirens of the Deep. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.